little bird. Is it a bird, Miss Lou?
Yes, it
You're
is.
correct, Kelly. Way to go. All right. What are the colors you're seeing on the bird?
Blue, green, white, orange, red, yellow,
That's a colorful bird.
and black.
Aha, we're seeing many colors. So, Miss Louis,
Yes,
is there a
ma'am.
special name for this bird?
Well,
I see it's very comfortable on your shoulder.
yes, it is. Well,
Oh, so it's your friend.
yes, he is. He's my dear friend.
You want to friend him? You want him to be your friend?
I want a friend request him.
You want to be his friend? You want to be his friend? All right, so let's put out our hands. Let's stretch out our hands and let's see who he's going to come to. What's his name, Miss Louis?
His name is Pickles.
Pickles. Let's see. You're going to
Pickles.
put out your hands. Let's see where Pickles is going to go.
Pickles.
All right,
Pickles.
Step up. Come on.
Pickles. And remember to listen to the sounds and let's see how he moves. Wow.
All right, let's see.
Pickles.
Oh no! He's got.
I don't think he's
Oh,
coming at
Pickles
all.
doesn't like us.
All right, let's try this.
All right, so what's in that, Miss Louis?
This is a little bit of syrup. You know, these birds are nectarivores, so they like sweet things because they feed on
Okay.
nectars from flowers.
Oh.
You know, so we kind of use the sweetness to get his attention most of the time.
Oh, so if we use that, it might come to
He
us.
might come to you.
Right. You heard that, Kelly? Do you want to see us towards you or further away? Not sure? All right, so it seems as if Kai is the brave one. Let's try Kai.
All right.
So
you
Kai has his
wanna
hand out. Let's see what's going to happen.
try? Okay, Kai, hold on to this.
To hold
Just
on
hold
to
on
it?
to it. All right. And just hold out the other hand like this. So the bird can land on this hand. All right, come Pickle. Step up. Come on. Come on.
You
Pickle.
can do it, Kai.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Come on, Pickles.
Come on, Pickles.
Come on.
Wow.
Let's see. Oh. Oh.
All right, let's see. Come on, Pickles. Jesus.
No, Jesus!
All right. I don't think that will work at all.
At the zoo, we have many things to do. You can feed the animals. You can look and touch all the animals. So guess what, boys and girls? You must visit the zoo. So tell mommy and tell daddy to take you to the zoo. And I know that you will learn a lot of things. So earlier we looked at the bird. What is it that we're looking at now? I know that we're tired. Ah, a snake. Miss Louis, you're very brave.
Yes, I am.
I really admire that about you.
Thank you.
Are you that brave? Are you that brave like Miss Louis? Yeah? Alright, put down the popcorn and go and try touching the snake.
How does it
Nice
feel?
girl,
You
Kelly.
like fabric?
Okay.
Feels like fabric?
Is it
Wow.
silky? Is it soft?
It's silky
All
and
right.
it's kind of funky.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
So cool.
Very good. Kai, you want to try?
Yeah.
Go, Kai. Go, Kai.
All right. Just be gentle. Gently.
It's really fun. It's
Nice
beautiful.
children. You guys are so brave. I'm so proud of you.
Yay.
Should I touch it?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
If I get 50 yeses, I'll do.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right, I will try. Give me strength. Miss, hold the head.
Yes, I have.
I don't
the
know
head.
where to
You're
touch.
good.
I'm gonna
Just
try.
be gentle.
That's
You
the
can touch
tail,
any part.
and over there is the head.
Right. So you can touch the tail. It's going to move. It's alive. It's going to move.
Touchy!
Is this natural or man-made? Maybe I should just ask the question.
It's natural.
It's natural. Very good. Who made it?
God.
Ah, I love that. Very good. I love the colors too.
Yes, now touch it.
No, but we're not touching. You guys touch it for me, right?
You touch it.
All right.
That's touchy.
Yeah, but is it as bad as it looks though? It's not as bad as it looks, not true?
So there we have it, boys and girls. We have come to the end of exploring the environment, and I know you had a wonderful time. So until next time, boys and girls, bye! Let's do the ostrich dance. Bye!
help you protect our citizens.
Jamaica Eye will play a part in increasing your public safety.
Jamaica Eye is part of an island-wide network of camera surveillance systems designed to increase the safety of you, our citizens. If you have a camera system outside your home or office facing a public space, log on to jamaicaeye.gov.jm today. Jamaica Eye, we're all connected. The Ministry of National Security, creating a safer and prosperous Jamaica.
We want a piece for Jamaica. Yo, what are you? Oh, man, none of that. No, brother, no, man. Can I see you ever play it? Dirty game, man. But I look a bad game. No, I said, person, you come from, brother, I want to live good, man. I want to live good, brethren. Just shake hands, I can play a little bad, brethren. Really have to shake hands? Yeah, man, and no badness, brethren. Just live good, man. Come together, I make the violence done.
Once upon a time in a Caribbean island known for its rich culture, natural beauty, lived a group of people who were buried in piles and piles and more piles of paper. Papers spanning back to the start of time. Then came a bright idea, harnessing technology to work smarter and not harder. The government of Jamaica is improving its operations to serve citizens better. Many services are now available online, and there's more to come. The government of Jamaica, building a better public sector for all.
BGLC, the regulatory body. We regulate, you play without worry. We regulate, you play. BGLC, fair play when you play. For the fun of the game, you know where they are. BGLC, keep it fair for the player. You play the game and we are the rules setter. Keep everything fair so the game play better. The Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission. We ensure fairness, integrity and responsible gaming practices. Keep the game fair and fun for everyone. We regulate, you play.
Welcome to PBCJ's live coverage of the Lower House. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. The session will start with prayers followed by a roll call of those in attendance. This is usually followed by questions and answers to questions, statements by ministers, items under public business, and private members' motions. But before we begin, let's try a parliamentary trivia question. True or false? The House of Representatives has a speaker who ensures that members observe the rules of the House of Representatives. Get the answer at the end of this introduction. In this session, the sectoral debate continues with contributions from Member of Parliament and Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development with responsibility for land titling and settlements, Robert Montague, and Member of Parliament for Hanover Eastern and Opposition Spokesperson on Tourism and Linkages, Ms. Andrea Perkis. Remember, a sectoral debate is an annual parliamentary event where a government minister presents their ministry's performance and plans for the coming year to the House of Representatives, followed by a discussion and questioning by members of Parliament. It's a mechanism for accountability and scrutiny of specific government sectors. Time is allotted for 2 sittings per week over a 6-week period following the close of the budget debate, which is conducted at the start of the new fiscal year in April. That's what's on the agenda. It should be noted that elements of the day's agenda can be changed or moved. But before we go, here are a few things you should bear in mind if you plan to attend a session at Gordon House. No visitor shall create any act of disorder within the precincts of the House. No visitor shall be admitted to the House without first obtaining an admission card. Visitors who who remain within the precincts of the House during a suspension of the session are asked to keep silent. No photography, videography, or sketching of the proceedings is allowed unless so authorized by the presiding officer. It's almost time to go to the main event, but before that, let's get the answer to the trivia question. We asked, true or false? The House of Representatives has a speaker who ensures that members observe the rules of the House of Representatives. It's true. The Speaker ensures that the rights of the opposition are protected and that every member gets a fair hearing. Now over to the proceedings.
And bring back everything.
Bask in the awesome Word of God and the life-changing experience of fellowship. Bask in the revival time, 8 a.m. on Sundays, right here on the People's Station.
Me, I go show them my way of justice.
I'm abused.
I need legal advice. I don't deserve this.
The truth of the matter is, justice there for all of we. The Ministry of Justice has trained more than 5,600 persons in restorative justice practices. More than 200,000 victims have been supported by the victim services. Legal aid has reached thousands island-wide. Make we talk it out, not fight it out. Call 888 Justice today.
Peace begins with us. Every act of kindness, every step towards understanding, brings us closer to a brighter tomorrow. Let's choose unity, compassion, and hope. Together, we can build a future where peace reigns.
Brighter tomorrow starting today.
Motorists, certificates of fitness are now digital. Here's how it works. First, make your payment at TAJ inline or online. Then, take your receipt along with your vehicle to an Island Traffic Authority service hub for physical inspection. A valid email address is required to receive your digital fitness. Once the inspection is complete, your certificate number will be sent directly to your email. To access your digital certificate, visit cgds.gov.jm/fitness, enter your certificate number and the chassis number, and view your certificate online. New validity periods are here. New vehicles, 5 years. Vehicles 10 years or less, 3 years. And those older than 10, 1 year. No more paper certificates. Just secure, digital access, anytime, anywhere. For more information, connect with us via email at info@ita.gov.jm or on social media at Island Traffic Authority.
Motorists, as Minister of Justice, I appeal to you, obey the road code, pay your ticket on time, and only go to court if the ticket is being contested. Close to 80% of matters coming to the parish courts are for traffic breaches. Let's work together to make our roads safe and ease the burden on our courts.
So who keeps our taxpayer money in check? Well, the PAC and PAAC help watch over the country's budget. And one might sound like it just have an extra A, but they're way different. Here's how. The PAAC and PAC are two committees that watch the money. The Public Accounts Committee reviews government projects after them close. They do a post-audit check to see what problems arose with the costs and call officials to explain decisions that cause budget mismanagement. And then they recommend corrective action. So the problem will happen from when, not happen again. But what about the money we are spending right now? The PAAC. That's how Public Administration and Appropriations Committee pretty much means your money will protect as it happen, we check. While projects go on, things are accurate. As government spend the nation's budget, PAAC reviews it. They examine proposals and summon officials to find problems before them don't use it. So the PAC and PAAC are two parliamentary committees that watch over the country's wallet to protect the budget and keep it in check. And you can get involved. Just visit jampja.org.
The following is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
Jamaica is changing right before our very eyes. Across the island, billions are being invested into our road networks, from farm and community roads to major roads and highways. Dozens of communities across the length and breadth of Jamaica are receiving access to reliable potable water for the very first time. And thousands of Jamaicans have become homeowners thanks to the historic shifts in policies of the National Housing Trust, making it easier for Jamaicans to receive funding. Not to mention the record number of houses being built. Never dreamed you would own a home? No matter your circumstance, home ownership is possible for you, thanks to the government's new social housing program specially designed to meet the needs of poor Jamaicans at no cost to them. We are building Jamaica.
The proceeding was brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
Zoom in on the nutrition facts. It there in the table on the side or the back. If you check out the servings, just do the maths. Not taking too much, figure below the facts. Zoom in on the nutrition facts. It there in the table on the side or the back. Take note of the sodium, the sugars and the fats. 5% or less in the on the right track. You for zoom in on the nutrition facts. It there in the table on the side or the back. Vitamins, minerals and vitamin 2, 20% and more. That good for you. You for zoom in. Check the nutrition facts. You for zoom in. Check the nutrition facts. You for zoom in. Check the nutrition facts. Less sugar, less salt intake and less fat. You for zoom in.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Jamaica Moves, the Heart Foundation of Jamaica, the National Health Fund, and Japan.
The following is brought to you by MOCA, the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency with kind support of NIA and USAID.
Lock them out. Criminal minds think they are cunning. The major organized crime and anti-corruption agency have them running. Your friend a shout, come scam. Take time running, are we ready for the ops? Drive up on your block, step out now me black cyber take about your laptop. Pull up every lock, no evidence to drop. We put it in a cuffs and now we have the underground. Sin you say scam, you better look out fit. When you move corrupt, better look out fit. They say you get wet, look out fit. Look out fit, look out fit. From you say scam, you better look out fit. When you move corrupt, better look out fit. They say you get wet, look out fit. Look out fit, look out fit.
The proceeding was brought to you by MOCA, the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency with the kind support of NIA and USAID.
MOCA! MOCA!
Are you an entrepreneur producing an excellent Jamaican product or service? Did you know you can earn hard currency and more significant returns by exporting? Contact the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce to help propel your business along the export lane.
Everything you can produce, the Jamaicans overseas want it. We're not going to get rich by just bringing down the debt. We're going to get rich by exporting a lot more. So grow exports, create job opportunities, drive economic growth through exports to make Jamaica a richer and much more prosperous country.
Each year, the Jamaican Parliament approves billions in tax dollars to buy goods and services for Jamaicans. Awarding contracts to private companies to provide public goods and services is called public procurement, and it is a major hotspot for corruption. Can citizens spot the red flags in public procurement and help the government protect our taxes? Yes, they can. And here are 6 to watch for. Direct contracting. When contracts are frequently awarded to one supplier without other companies competing to offer a better price and quality, we usually end up paying more and getting less. Contract splintering. Big projects need big money and higher level approvals. But if the contract is cut up into smaller ones, it won't need external approval from offices like the Public Procurement Commission or Cabinet. This makes it easier for contracts to avoid additional scrutiny. Timing of advertisements. Contracts advertised during distracting periods like the holidays can result in less competition and a really strong advantage for the favored company. Like Christmas time, work slows down and companies are less attentive to business opportunities. Emergency contracting. Claiming emergencies allows officials to legally bypass normal procurement rules, making it easier to award contracts to favored companies. Contract timing. Contracts awarded just before or after election can be payback for campaign support and not based on what Jamaicans really need. Collusion. And what if penalties are not enforced when work is poorly done? This could be a contractor and public official working together for private benefit. And if it is, this is collusion. These flags do not prove corruption, but they trigger questions that citizens must ask. So mind your business, Jamaica. Visit the JAMP Procurement Tracker to monitor government contracts. If you spot these flags, use our ATI tool to ask questions and demand accountability.
The following is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
Jamaica is changing right before our very eyes. Across the island, billions are being invested into our road networks, from farm and community roads to major roads and highways. Dozens of communities across the length and breadth of Jamaica are receiving access to reliable potable water for the very first time. And thousands of Jamaicans have become homeowners thanks to the historic shifts in policies of the National Housing Trust, making it easier for Jamaicans to receive funding. Not to mention the record number of houses being built. Never dreamed you would own a home? No matter your circumstance, home ownership is possible for you, thanks to the government's new social housing program specially designed to meet the needs of poor Jamaicans at no cost to them. We are building Jamaica.
The proceeding was brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
What can a little germs do?
Pink eye running belly, even flu. Germs can make them happen to you.
Put germs on our manners with these. Cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze. Always wash your hand with water and soap. Keep dirty hands from your eyes and your nose and your mouth. You don't want to be sick, take care. Practice every day, no germs round here. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Speeding kills. Obey the speed limit. A message from the Road Safety Unit in the Ministry of Transport and Mining.
Zoom in on the nutrition facts. It there in the table by the side or the back. If you check out the servings, just do the maths. Not taking too much, finger below the facts. Zoom in on the nutrition facts. It there in the table by the side or the back. Take note of the sodium, the sugars and the fats. 5% or less in the on the right track. You for zoom in on the nutrition facts. It there in the table by the side or the back. Vitamins, minerals and fiber to 20% and more that good for you. You for zoom in, check the nutrition facts. You for zoom in, check the nutrition facts. You for zoom in, check the nutrition facts. Less sugar, less salt intake and less fat. You for zoom in.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Jamaica Moves, the Heart Foundation of Jamaica, the National Health Fund, and JAP.
me, I go show them my way of justice.
I'm abused.
I need legal advice. I don't deserve this.
The truth of the matter is, justice there for all of we. The Ministry of Justice has trained more than 5,600 persons in restorative justice practices. More than 200,000 victims have been supported by the victim services. Legal aid has reached thousands island-wide. Make we talk it out, not fight it out.
By whom alone kings reign and princes decree justice, and from whom alone cometh all counsel, wisdom, and understanding. We, thine unworthy servants, here gathered together in thy name, do most humbly beseech thee to send down thy heavenly wisdom from above, to direct and guide us in all our consultations. And grant that we, having thy fear always before our eyes, and laying aside all private interests, prejudices, and partial affections, the result of all our counsels may be to the glory of thy blessed name, the maintenance of true religion and justice, the safety, honor, and happiness of the king, the public weal, peace and the tranquility of the island, and the uniting and knitting together of the hearts of all persons and estates within the same, in true Christian love and charity, one towards another, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. I'll only take the
You may be seated. I now call this sitting of the Honorable House of Representatives to order on this, the 9th day of June 2026. I take this opportunity to extend welcome to all members of this Honorable House, the members of the media or visitors in the gallery, and to the many Jamaicans joining us online and through the various broadcasting platforms. I wish to especially acknowledge and thank the presiding officers of the Caribbean, Americas, and Atlantic region who participated in the recent 22nd Pan-Americas Plenary Assembly and the 10th gathering of Open Parliament Network. This conference, held in Ottawa, Canada, on May 19th to 22nd, their participation reflected the continuing commitment of our parliamentary committee to cooperation, mutual support, and the strengthening of democratic institutions across the Caribbean. We value the relationship being built among presiding officers and parliaments throughout the region, and further, we join them in the express commitments to look forward to a future with programs that will deepen the collaboration, promote the sharing of experience and best practices, and strengthen our bonds within the Caribbean parliamentary community. Today, the House continues the sectoral debate, and we are scheduled to hear presentations from the Honorable Robert Montague, Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development, with responsibility for land titling and settlements, and the Member of Parliament for St. Mary Western. Also, we will hear from Miss Andrea Perkis, Member of Parliament for Hanover Eastern. As we continue this important debate, I wish to extend a warm welcome to the constituents who have joined us in the gallery today, particularly those from the constituencies represented by the members who will be making their presentations. We are pleased to have you with us, and I trust that your presence here will provide a meaningful opportunity to observe the work of the Parliament and the important role of members of Parliament in the country to the people of Jamaica. Let me make a special welcome to Member Angela Brownberg, who I have not seen for a while. You look resplendent. Additionally, I'm especially pleased to welcome students and teachers from Orokabessa High School, Goshen Primary School, Donington Primary School, and Taki High School. To our students, a special welcome. The Parliament belongs to the people, and it is important that the young Jamaicans are given the opportunity to see democracy at work, to understand how national decisions are made, and to appreciate the responsibilities of citizens and our citizenship to public service. I trust all our visitors will find today's proceedings both informative and engaging, and remind those in the gallery that the chamber is governed by rules of order and decorum. You are therefore not to clap, make loud comments, or otherwise engage in any conduct that may disturb the proceedings of the House. Honorable members, we will now proceed with the business of the day. Call of the roll.
Mr. Clark, Mr. Green, Dr. Holness, Dr. Chang, Mrs. Williams, Mr. Bartlett, Ms. Grange, Dr. Tufton, Mr. Mackenzie, Mr. Montague, Mr. Vaz, Mr. Chuck, Mr. Charles Jr., Mr. Morgan, Ambassador Marks, Mr. Samuda, Dr. Wheatley, Mrs. Cuthbert Flynn, Mr. Terry Long, Mr. Witter, Mrs. Dalrymple Filbert, Ms. Morrison, Ms. Lee, Mr. Donovan Williams, Mr. Main, Ms. Crawford, Mr. Delroy Williams, Ms. Hamilton, Mr. Seabright, Mr. Azan, Mr. Brown, Dr. Brownberg, Mr. Buchanan, Mr. Bunting, Ms. Burchell, Dr. Campbell, Mr. Cousins, Mr. Crawford, Ms. Daly, Dr. Dawes, Mr. Golding, Mr. Gordon, Mr. Hales, Mr. Hines, Mr. Hilton, Mr. Jackson, Ms. Jess, Mrs. Malahoo Fort, Mrs. Miller Bennett, Mr. Morris, Mrs. Nita Garvey, Mr. Newell, Mr. Paulwell, Mr. Phillips, Ms. Perkis, Mr. Robertson, Mr. Robinson, Dr. Russell, Ms. Shaw, Mr. Smith, Mr. Dwayne Vaz, and Mr. Warmington. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
House Leader.
Madam Speaker, we will proceed to public business.
Members, the question is that we proceed to public business for the benefit of the sectoral debates. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it.
Madam Speaker, today we have two presentations as we continue the sectoral debate. Let me join with you in welcoming the visitors to the House, especially the students. It's really good to see so many students from so many different institutions in the House today. We will first hear from the Minister with our portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development with responsibility for land titling and settlements. He is the Member of Parliament for St. Mary Western, and then we will hear from first-time Member of Parliament from Hanover Eastern, Ms. Andrea Perkins. So join me in welcoming the Honourable Robert Montague.
Madam Speaker, permission to speak from a seat other than my own.
Permission granted, Minister.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, may I commend you and your astute, fair, and determined leadership of this honorable House. My lady, stay strong. Firstly, I want to give thanks to the Heavenly Father for granting me this privilege, to the Most Honorable Prime Minister for appointing me to his cabinet, and to my colleagues from both sides, thanks for your guidance and friendship. Thank you, member from Eastern Portland. I love the color of your suit. Let me express my appreciation to the clerk and her staff, to Mrs. Arlene Williams, the best and hardest working permanent secretary in Jamaica. To Everett Hyatt, Willard Hilton, Shade Brown, Lisa K. Sadler, Lorraine McFarlane, thank you. To my security team, thanks for all you do. To Natalie Miranda, Deirdre Moulton Gray, Anne-Marie Pollock, Shauna Stewart, Shadeen Kelly, and Dejeuner Connage, my administrative staff, thank you. To the best management team, supervisors, councillors and caretakers, bloggers and party workers, thank you. To the great people of Western St. Mary, thank you for giving me the privilege of serving you for a fourth time. Madam Speaker, in June last year, when friends were few, the workers of Western St. Mary rallied. The people stood by me so that when a 19-point deficit was broadcast and bandied about, some wish that I was done, but I come with it just a come. The JLP team in Western St. Mary with almost no resources turned a 19-point deficit into a 5-point victory. And this was done in less than 3 months, and therefore placed us in the top 6 candidates with the most votes in the last election. Madam Speaker, that's the stuff that books are written about. The people of Western St. Mary know that this year we will complete the water projects. So Springfield, Heartlands, Halifax, Three Hills, Tower Isle, Brooklyn Road, Kidland, Charlestown, Arokobesa, Mile Gully, and Georgetown will see marked improvement. Bless you, Minister Samuda. The clinics in Fellowship Hall and Wood Park will soon be done, so thanks to the Honourable Minister Tufton and his team. And in Hunstown, thanks to the Allen family from Top Pen for donating lands free of cost, they will get a new clinic. I also wish to pause at this moment to express condolences to the family of Ione Brown, a midwife who conceptualized, advocated for, and worked towards establishing the Fellowship Hall Clinic. Nurse Brown passed at age 93. I wish to thank Minister Bartlett and his tourism team. Minister Grange, thanks for the work on the mini stadium, and we look forward to phase 2. Minister Green, the farmers and fisher folks say big up, and the people of Heartland say remember the commitment you publicly made to them when you came to Geisel at the Irish potato launch. Minister Morgan, All of Western St. Mary has asked me to thank you for what you are doing, but they're also asking when you're coming to tour our roads. Mango Valley and Mile Gully said that 1 p.m. promised them a road, and they are confident that he will follow through because he has never failed them yet. The Taki school community wants Dr. Dixon to know that they are still waiting patiently on her to purchase the land beside the school so that they can have one campus. I also wish to congratulate Taki as a powerhouse in schoolboy cricket. Recently, the school's under 14 cricket team bowled out your Castle High for 0 all out in 9.2 overs. This has never happened before, but we're still checking the records. So congratulations, Taki High, coming from their main cricket sponsor. Madam, I will speak more about Western St. Mary in the other debate. But I have been entrusted with building out new systems and methods to making land titling and land settlement better, because we are building on a strong foundation to secure Jamaica's future. I also have a great team at the National Land Agency, one of the best agencies of government, if not the best. I wish to congratulate the National Land Agency on their 25th anniversary. Please take a bow, Ms. Walcott, on behalf of a great team at the NLA. Madam Speaker, it is always good to start at the beginning. We have found at the Land Agency that the oldest land title in Jamaica, Volume 2, Folio 1, is for 10 acres in Green Valley, Agwalta Vale, St. Mary, dated in 1894. We are appealing to anyone out there with an older title or any old title to come forward so we can have them recorded. There are approximately 970,000 parcels of land on our valuation roll. 550,000 do have titles, but we know that they have been informal subdivisions, so most of our lands do not have a registered title, and more do not have the title registered in the current occupant's name. We have 379 land settlements, a combination of land lease and land settlements, with 62,690 formal parcels of land. Our checks have so far revealed that approximately 35% of the 62,900 have been informally subdivided. So between untitled lands, informal subdivisions, non-owner occupants, and land settlements, we need approximately 600,000 new titles to completely solve the land titling challenges we face as a country. As a result, land cannot be properly passed through generations. Property disputes, death, broken families, and the true benefits cannot be realized from the land. Government cannot get the right amount of taxes, and citizens cannot get the services they need, like regular garbage collection, fire services, and street lights. We do, madam, have a problem. How are we as a government moving to solve the problem? We have elevated land titling portfolio to cabinet level. We are moving to solve the lack of human resources by partnering with the government and people of South Korea in opening a training school to train surveyors, draftsmen, readers, checkers, and all related professions in land matters except in lawyers. We thank the government and people of South Korea for signing off and funding this US $9 million project. The impact of this partnership will be enormous, and the bulk of the funds will be used to invest in our people and expand the pool of available professionals. It will also introduce new technologies and will increase our capacity to produce more titles. We have signed an agreement with the Certified Commercial Investment Member Institute, CCI-MI, to further train and certify our realtors. The CCI-MI is a world-recognized professional certification, only available in 31 countries, and Jamaica now makes 32. It is for our realtors and will result in more highly trained and skilled professionals in the real estate sector. We are putting on more workshops for lawyers on how to complete land applications, and these courses are accredited. We have increased our panels of referees from 1 to 5, and we intend to appoint more. We will increase our public education as to how to get a title. We are appointing more and more adjudication committees, and we are exploring the option of referring adverse possession applications to adjudication committees. We intend to digitize all our processes, including surveys, so that we can begin by next September the issuing of e-titles. This will make the process smoother, easier, and more secure. This will then allow us to do upwards of 30,000 or more e-titles per year. Madam Speaker, we now have a partnership with Fujisto to digitize our records and introduce new technologies into our processes to make them faster yet more secure. We intend by next September, as I said before, to begin issuing e-titles and recalling old titles. The e-title system will also help landowners to watch their properties so that they will be alerted if someone applies to title their lands. This will reduce the instances of persons moving to take over your land by adverse possession. There will be a fee, of course, for this property watch service. Madam Speaker, some people are abusing the adverse possession arrangements. Some have made an industry out of it. While we as a government support the productive use of land, we do not support wholesale and speculative possession. Equally, landowners here and abroad cannot have lands and do not exercise ownership. We appeal to you to visit your lands, fence it, use it productively, pay your taxes, or sell it. But do not just abandon it. Do not leave it to chance. However, we are examining how we can refer adverse possession applications to the local adjudication committees for their input on these applications, as the committee members are mainly from the local community and will be able to give more information rather than the referees who are stuck in Kingston. This, along with the property watch service, will help to level the playing field. But the best remedy is for you to use the land productively. We want our lands in production. We want to encourage landowners that they must watch their properties and make economic use of it. Paying a little taxes does not solve the adverse possession challenge. Landowners must also occupy and use their lands. It will also help the government by more accurately identifying idle lands. Digitizing the processes will also help us to identify and flag informal subdivisions whenever we are updating the valuation rules. Madam Speaker, it will take us about 2 decades to get our titling issues resolved if we have the full cooperation of the public. Longer without it. We have 2 major streams for titling: systematic, voluntary, or ad hoc. Under the systematic land registration process, the government declares an area and provides surveyors to survey every parcel in the declared area, pays for the lawyers to do the applications, and produce the title. A caveat is then lodged against the title until the money is paid back. However, no interest is applied, and you can pay in installments over time. The voluntary or ad hoc process is when you have land in an area that's not declared as systematic, so you do your own survey, pay your lawyer, or come to the LAMP office to do the application. Under the systematic land process, the government pays upfront, and in the ad hoc or voluntary land process, you pay upfront. Madam Speaker, many of our small land occupants find it a little challenging sometimes to find the surveyor's fees. So the Most Honorable Prime Minister has instructed that we find a solution. We have therefore proposed that a revolving fund will be established where landowners of 2 acres or less can apply for a surveyor's fee loan. Once the applicant applies through LAMP, an NLA-trained and certified lawyer or a recognized land management service company, they will qualify, and these funds will go directly to the surveyor and a caveat lodged against the title so that the taxpayers will recover the money. This will greatly help many families who today cannot afford to pay a surveyor. In our drive for partnerships, Madam Speaker, we have taken our manifesto and election promise forward. We have met with our churches and their organizations, and we are working with them to utilize the window that has been established to get untitled church lands titled. We have trained their lawyers. We have listened to and helped to identify the issues as they refer the parcels to us. We are confident that church-owned lands, including schools, clinics, community playing fields, will eventually be titled, and we hope the churches will join us in encouraging others to get their titles. Madam Speaker, the National Land Agency, through the Commissioner of Lands, will expand the vendor's mortgage window. This will allow persons who have bought government lands to immediately get their titles with a registered vendor's mortgage. This will allow them to continue paying their installments, but they will have their titles in their hands. Madam Speaker, we are in the middle of an intensive consultation and discussion program as to our squatting challenges. We know that there is a need for land for the landless and also for orderly development. There is also the need for respect for property rights. Some of the issues under discussion are: should we reduce the time for adverse possession of crown lands? Should we increase the time for private lands for adverse possession? How do we balance the various needs? But we have settled on some points, Madam Speaker. No member of Parliament, nor councillor, nor JP, nor big man, nor area leader can sell government land. So to those persons scamming people and says the MP send them, stop it. Because the MP never send you go do nothing like that. Madam Speaker, we want to remove the incentive. We want to remove the incentive for land scamming. Remember, government lands belong to the people. It is bought for development. People are squatting on lands reserved for schools, clinics, roadways, and even one historic site. This is a massive cost to rehabilitate and resettle areas after it has been informally settled. We have met with all the MPs with a squatting challenge. So as of today, June 9th, people who go onto crown lands will no longer be considered for a settlement program. If you're there already, you're there already. But we're not dealing with the new people. And after further investigations, those who sell crown lands will be prosecuted and those who buy will lose their money. So check with the National Land Agency before you buy any cheap land. Buying land is not like buying rice and flour. There is a legal process, but always remember, if it sounds too good to be true, then it is not true. Save your money. We have done drone and spatial surveys, and we know what is already on crown lands. So if you go on the land after today, you must face the consequences. In the meantime, we will soon announce a major program to address squatting in a structured, orderly, and legitimate manner. Madam Speaker, after Hurricane Melissa, this government moved swiftly to acquire containerized houses to help those whose houses were completely destroyed. The Prime Minister has recently asked me to give some oversight towards the completion of this project. We collectively express support to the families that were affected by Hurricane Melissa and express our deepest regrets to those who mourn the loss of loved ones. As I gather the facts, examine the systems, and move to build out the units for our fellow Jamaicans, I make an appeal for us to be united as a nation in this effort. I seek consensus, not confrontation. I seek help, not hindrance. I seek solutions, not setbacks. The people need solutions, solace, and stability. To help our brothers and sisters in need, we must be our sole aim, our sacred objective, and our national goal. It is the first time Jamaica has attempted this type of project in such a big way. So let me admit that we will not always get everything right every time. We are only humans. But we must use all resources, all safeguards, and oversights to implement the project. We have just established and signed a memorandum of understanding with other ministries, agencies, and stakeholders to share data on available land, occupancy, property damage, and beneficiary information. This will help to prevent duplication and delays and lessen informal squatting. So to that end, we established a broad-based housing committee to not only deal with containerized housing, but housing in Jamaica in general. The type, the needs, the standards, the affordability. We invited people from both local and central government, professional bodies, the private sector, our universities, contractors, developers, hard trusts, and all agencies that had dealings with housing. The Integrity Commission was invited and attended, and we have also extended an invitation to the Auditor General. The opposition is an integral player, and I wish to pause to publicly thank Mr. Mark Golding for his gracious and kind letter, in which he brought to my attention that the person we had listed as the opposition representative had not been named by him. We acknowledged this and added his nominee while still retaining the original person. We wish to place on record our thanks for all the committee members for their contribution. So much can be achieved when we work together. This committee produced a repair manual done by the Bureau of Standards based on the building codes, suggested no-build zones, and we will be segmenting the building code to better meet the needs of our people. The Prime Minister from early in the process had mandated that the basis and accompanying works for these units should come from donated funds. This is so that people who donated their hard-earned cash could clearly see and know how their money was spent and on what. Furthermore, in years to come, they can come and look at the basis to these containerized homes and feel satisfied that their donation helped to bring comfort to a family, shelter after a storm, and a home for a child. The Auditor General's report on donated funds has vindicated the Prime Minister's wise decision. As you go through the report, it has not said any funds are missing or misappropriated. The spend has been slow, that's true, because we are following other processes and navigating uncharted waters. But the hard-earned donations of Jamaicans, foreigners, agencies, companies, and partners are all accounted for. All of Jamaica should take a bow. This is a proud moment in our journey as a young nation. Having been hit by the most devastating weather event, thousands of people were displaced, many government systems and people affected, prolonged period without basic services and even food shortages. In some areas, farms destroyed, but nevertheless, we have held our collective head high because the people's hard-earned money that was donated is all accounted for. No thought, no suggestion, no conclusion of any irregularity. Prime Minister, congratulations. Once again, you have demonstrated the type of leadership that continues to make Jamaicans proud. The audit was not only about how much was unspent or spent. It also showed some gaps and showed up some weaknesses. And the country can be assured that our Prime Minister has already moved to implement the recommendations, strengthen the weaknesses, and close the gaps. The Auditor General's report was good for Jamaica. It shows that the government can account for donated money. It helps our organizations, charities, and other institutions who also receive funds. It lights the way to accountability. Maybe some of these bodies who got donated funds should at least say how much was donated how much was spent, and how much is left. And of course, what are they going to use it for? Accountability requirements are not just only for government, it is for all Jamaicans. It was originally felt that some 12,000 homes were needed, but many people pulled on insurance, family, community, their own resources and began to rebuild. The government also assisted thousands under the Roofs program. This government, this Andrew Holness-led government, has already spent some $67 billion on hurricane relief and recovery. And Madam Speaker, we have spent it while still maintaining the fundamentals of the economy. The sacrifice of our people, the wise leadership of our Prime Minister and his team has allowed us to spend the $67 billion on our people while not ruining the economy. This is not a run-with-it moment. This is management. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security and the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development now estimate that approximately 2,000 to 2,500 people need the containerized solutions. We have an order 2,524 units, and the government and people of China have donated 200 units for a total of 2,724. Of that amount, 1,424 are on the island. 900 are being held by the Jamaica Defence Force in Western Jamaica. And Madam Speaker, 1,200 of these units now in the island were bought by the National Housing Trust, and more is to come because the Housing Trust is committed to buying 2,500 units. We thank the National Housing Trust, and therefore this questions the argument that the National Housing Trust is not providing enough for enough Jamaicans. When we moved to build out the basis for some units in Westmoreland, for some persons in shelters, we had already completed 5 bases when an agency rightfully questioned an issue, and we had to stop and rework the matter. That incident provided valuable insight, and we are moving to give the beneficiaries a grant and allow them to build their own bases, but they must be inspected and passed by the municipal authorities in their locale. We also wish to thank the Red Cross, which has donated 300 wooden houses, as well as other NGOs and individuals for their assistance with providing housing help. The Red Cross houses will be distributed by them. The Honourable Prime Minister has also instructed the National Housing Trust to build out a section of any current scheme, especially in Western Jamaica, to accommodate persons who are to be relocated. This will help in reducing the cost of support infrastructure. We are hopeful that each NHT scheme island-wide will have that section that our less fortunate people can be adequately catered for. On this note, the PM has also instructed the NHT to seek their board's consent to solve the sewage issue for the Lighthouse Road squatter regularization project in St. Mary. The issue of delayed, misaligned recommendations or advice and slow bureaucracy makes the case why NARA is needed and needed now. Madam Speaker, for any unused units, here is the plan. We are going to keep some units for future disasters and store them with ADPEN. Other units will be donated to those infirmaries with space to help reduce our social patients in hospital and release the estimated 270 beds that are occupied in our public hospitals. These beds are needed by those who are genuinely sick. The new social housing program will benefit, if any is left, and other social programs, including those operated by members of Parliament. It must be noted that the base and attendant works for the units include the bench platforms, sewage system, steps to get into the unit, the cost of transporting the unit from the storage site to the construction site, clearing the construction site, and the lift truck to lift the unit so that it can be locked in. So it's not just about building the base. It's also about how people will have to get into the unit. And that is why we have decided to allow the beneficiaries and their communities to assist. When done this way, better care will be taken of the units. Madam Speaker, the government through the Ministry of Housing owns and maintains 113 housing schemes. Some as rental schemes and some as freehold, but they were never transferred to the owners. But starting this year, we will have them assess and do the corrective works on at least one scheme so that we can apply to the municipal authorities for certificates of completion, have them strataed, and then titles issued to the beneficiaries. They have been waiting too long. Madam Speaker, based on the amnesty for people owing $150,000 or less to government for housing units, we have found that over 2,000 housing accounts qualify. This government, this caring government, is moving to produce and release titles for the long-awaiting first-time homeowners. The ministry, as part of the hurricane response, assisted over 3,000 persons with copies of their documents that were destroyed or damaged at no cost to them. We had the documents on file, copies of them on file, so we were more than happy to produce copies for the people. We have distributed over 1,000 titles so far this year, and we have more to do. As a matter of fact, in Montague, they are now calling the Prime Minister the titler. This financial year, we intend to produce over 5,000 titles, including in Southwest St. Andrew. Our surveyors are currently doing 4,000 surveys, and in partnership with the NHT, we intend to do more. We are in discussion with the Ministry of Mining to finalize a project to create titles for the over 3,000 Jamaicans who have been relocated by the bauxite industry and cannot get titles. This government, this Andrew Holness-led government, is moving to correct that. Madam Speaker, it is our intention this year to pass the Registration Shared Community Act, which has been referred to as Joint Select. We also intend to introduce an amendment to the Registration of Titles Act, which will have consequential amendments to the Special Provisions Act, the Land Surveyors Act, and the Land Valuation Act. Madam Speaker, there are too many Jamaican families who have worked land for years and cannot realize the full benefits from the land because it is not theirs. Too many schools, churches, and clinics cannot get access to grant funding because they have no proof of ownership. Too many wasted hours because of family fights over deadlift. Too many lives have been lost. Too much wasted potential, but Madam Speaker, no more. This government is determined to right the wrongs of the past and properly title every square inch of Jamaica using technology, training, and partnerships. We are building on the strong foundations for generations to come. To those awaiting containerized housing solutions, we seek your continued patience as we work through the bureaucracy. The solution is close. Yes, we understand that sometimes the bureaucracy feels like it might kill democracy, but there are laws, rules, and regulations that we must observe. We seek your understanding. We were happy to help those that needed to copy documents, happy that we have begun to issue titles or carve the path for you in government high-rise buildings to get your title. Thanks for the professionals' help in establishing suggested no-bill zones as we recover forward. I also extend thanks to the staff in the various government entities and ministries as we work to improve our systems. Madam Speaker, my father of blessed memory, who would have been 109 last Sunday, has always said, everyone should get their name on one of three rolls or books. The book of life, you must, he says, take the golden pen and write your name up there. The voter's roll, so that you can continue to exercise your franchise and vote for the Jamaica Labour Party to continue in office. And finally, he says, get your name in the registrar's book of titles. own a little piece of Jamaica, own a piece of the rock, and make sure it is properly titled. Madam Speaker, this is not just about land. It is about building strong foundations, member from St. Thomas East. This is a call for all of us to use our energies and efforts to get our people's titles so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity. Madam Speaker, if it so pleases you.
Members of this Honorable House, I crave your indulgence. The gallery was filled with the visitors for our previous presenter, and we're just allowing a little time to allow persons on the outside to come into the gallery for the remaining presentation. And as a matter of fact, let me take this opportunity, since I see an error in the presentation on the screen. Last week, a presentation was done with the PMP logo, and this week, another presentation more subtly done with the vote arrangement, vote like this. I am encouraging members to desist. You will see, if you'd like me to say, it is Member Campbell, Dayton Campbell's presentation, which had up the PMP logo, and today, Mr. Montague's presentation, Minister Montague's presentation, more subtly done, without the logo, but a vote like this card, though it was smaller. So I am encouraging members to appreciate that there is certain decorum practice in the House. So since we are waiting, I'm using the time to remind members that you are not allowed to put up party logos at all. Okay, members, please. You know, members, before I close, since I have another female to rise to her feet for presentation, I will make another observation. When females stand in this house for their presentations, I find sometimes the type of heckling and the statements made on the floor to be very inappropriate, just generally, for both sides.